NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good evening and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you what still could be a preview of the CRBL playoffs as the CRBL North first place Cavaliers take on the CRBL South first place Osseo Merchants. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Merchants. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Page's perspective on this evening's game in the Ryan Page Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to get some perspective on how today's game fits in overall. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game from Carson Park, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the CRBL North leading Eau Claire Cavaliers and the CRBL South leading Osseo Merchants. The Cavaliers have extended their winning streak to 19 games by defeating these same Merchants on Wednesday by a score of 10-1. Now, that victory extended the Cavaliers' lead in the CRBL North to a game and a half over the Tilden Tigers. In that win over the Merchants, the Cavaliers were once again led by their trademark of outstanding pitching and timely hitting. The Cavaliers starting pitcher Tanner Halverson, making his first start on the mound after rehabbing from some tendonitis, went 7 innings, giving up 8 hits and only 1 run, which was unearned. He struck out 7 while walking only 2, on his way to picking up his second win of the season. Paul Petit came in to pitch 1 inning on only 2 days rest after pitching a complete game shutout the previous Sunday. Petit was followed in the 9th by Chase Burdell, who faced only 4 hitters while closing out the game. At the plate, Halverson helped his own cause when he went 2 for 4 and scored 3 runs, including a towering 2-run blast over the left field fence in the 5th inning.
Delivers. Long fly ball,
might be gone.
Out into left field, way back. It's off, or it's out of the ballpark. Out of the ballpark for Tanner Halverson, a 2-run homer, his 4th of the season.
A 2-run home run.
Also swinging hot bats for the Cavaliers were Cooper Kapanke, who went 2 for 5 and scored twice. Kapanke almost matched Halverson when he hit a double off the left field wall right in the same area where Halverson homered.
And the pitch, long fly ball, left center field. That one's way back, and it's off the fence. O'Brien comes in to score. Kapanke checks in at second with a double.
Anthony Pogodzinski spread the power love by...
Here's a fly ball to right field. Is it going to stay in the park? It's off the fence. Pogo is going to be held to a long single. Here comes a throw to third, and not in time. So 2 runs come in for the Cavs.
Now, we'll be back right after this timeout and take a look at today's game. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Now, taking a look at today's Chippewa River Baseball League action, the Cavaliers currently are sitting in first place in the CRBL North with a 13-0 record. The Merchants are sitting atop the CRBL South with a record of 12-2. So this is a matchup which could preview the CRBL playoffs. Now, last Wednesday's game against the Cavaliers, the Merchants sent Dakota Klaus to the mound. He went 6 innings and gave up 5 runs on 6 hits while striking out 3 and walking 2. The Cavalier batters had a good evening against Klaus. Now tonight we're more likely to see either Luke Eide, who has a 7-1 record with a 1.30 ERA, or Logan Betcher, who has an ERA of 0.00. The Merchants were led at the plate last Wednesday by Jesse Brockman, who went 3 for 5 with singles to right, to center, and right. And then Nolan Matson, who went 2 for 4. The only other Merchants to gather a hit last Wednesday were Ryan Freitag, Jackson Koska, Todd Wenkus, and Jackson Johnson. Now, coming into tonight's game, the Cavaliers are still being led at the plate by Zach Stang, who is hitting .478 with 11 hits, 6 of which are doubles. Other Cavaliers hitting above .400 so far this season are Tanner Halverson at .426 and Anthony Pogodzinski at .413. The Cavs have another 5 players hitting well over .300. Now, on the mound, the Cavaliers' starting pitchers are led by Paul Petit, who has a record of 5-0 with a 0.47 ERA. Carter Hesselman and Tanner Halverson are also contributing solid performances. Hesselman sports a 3-0 record with a 1.73 ERA, while Halverson has a 2-0 record with a 0.00 ERA. Chase Burdell, Tanner Halverson, Paul Petit, Kendra Ngulo, and Ethan Kjellberg are the Cavalier pitchers who have picked up saves. Kjellberg is still the Cavs save leader with 2 overall. The Cavalier pitching staff has an impressive combined ERA of 2.34 while holding opposing hitters to a mere .207 batting average. Now, coming up next following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Page's perspective as we chat with him on the Ryan Page Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Time now for the Ryan Page Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Page gives us his perspective on today's Cavalier action. And now, the Ryan Page Show.
We're talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Page. And Ryan, before we get into today's matchup, back on Saturday, a number of players represented the Cavaliers in the 64th annual CRBL All-Star Game. Your comments about the Cavalier performances in that game?
Well, overall, I was pleased. I mean, that's the All-Star Game. I mean, that's more for the fans and to help recognize the guys that have been doing a great job so far this year. I mean, obviously they're all competitors. They want to win. But for the most part, it's just a fun game to go out there and play. And I was very pleased to see our guys out there representing our team the way that they know how to play the game.
And it was a beautiful day for baseball, a nice breeze, warm weather, a lot of fans there. It was quite a fun experience.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was able to watch the whole game, and actually watched it with my dad, which was always nice to have. But yeah, it was just a beautiful day out. They had some good charcoal chicken that they served up in Bloomer, and yeah, it was just a good day for baseball.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It was just a really nice day. It's kind of fun to sit there and watch a game and not have to worry about any kind of work, either running a team or running a broadcast or anything like that. Just watch a little baseball.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely a little bit weird sitting on the other side of the fence for that game, but it was definitely relaxing.
Now, going into the second half of the season, the Cavaliers have compiled an almost unimaginable 19-0 record, 13-0 in the CRBL. Think back on the first half of the season. How about your reflections on the first half of the season for the Cavaliers?
I just don't know how else to say it besides just unbelievable. The way that I thought that we'd be 19-0 at this point, 13-0 in league. I mean, not saying that we don't have a good team. We do. We have a great team. But, you just game of baseball, you into those days where you're just going to have a bad day. The whole team is just going to have a bad day, and you're going to run into a team for that day that's just better than you are that day. And our guys just won't give up. They just keep on fighting no matter whether they're down or not.
Now, tonight, we have a repeat from a game back in the first half. The Cavaliers are taking on the Osseo Merchants. And a week ago, the Cavs had an outstanding performance in their 10-1 victory over the Merchants. What challenges can we expect from the Merchants tonight?
Well, we're going to face their number one, I'm guessing, in Luke Idy. He's a very good pitcher, very tough, definitely one of the best in the league. So that's going to be a big challenge for us, is being able to knock him around a little bit, hopefully, and get some guys on and put some pressure on him any way that we can. And then obviously you got Ryan Freitag at the plate, Roger Mattson, Tanner Marsh. I mean, they got some guys that are going to be able to hit the ball too.
Now, once again, you're faced with a bit of a pitching quandary. You face the Merchants tonight, only to face the hot-on-your-heels Tilden Tigers in a doubleheader on Sunday. Any hints about your current thinking about your rotation? Of course, this is always subject to change.
Yeah, it's always subject to change, that's for sure. But right now, pretty sure we're going to do kind of a rotation game tonight against Osseo. So that way we have everybody coming back for the Tilden game on Sunday. Tilden's in our league. They're only 2 games back in the loss column right now. And because they're in our division, that one's one that we got to really come prepared for with all of our arms ready to go.
Okay, now that sets up some pretty exciting baseball this week. Ryan, good luck on tonight's game, and hopefully the Cavaliers can move that season record to an amazing 20-0.
All right, thank you very much.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Page Show, with Cavalier manager Ryan Page's outlook on today's Cavalier action. Stay tuned. More in the dugout is coming right up.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Osseo Merchants. Taking a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League, last Saturday, the CRBL held its 64th annual All-Star Game at Stuckert Field in Bloomer. Honored at this year's All-Star Game were the 2021 4 inductees into the CRBL Hall of Fame. They include John Huth, who pitched for the Cavaliers from 1987 through 1997, and then a few years later, 9 seasons for the Eau Claire Bears. Huth also spent time in the Texas Rangers and Kansas City Royals organizations. Paul Peller spent 9 seasons with the Whitehall Wolves, 7 of which were as a player manager. He helped guide the Wolves to becoming a powerhouse in the CRBL while earning Manager of the Year award in 2010 and 2011. Eddie Atkinson gets into the Hall of Fame as a non-player. He was a scorekeeper for the Jim Falls Sturgeons for over 30 years. He's kept score for nearly 600 CRBL games. A notorious jokester, Eddie was renowned for his indiscriminate ability to tease, hassle, and poke fun at fellow Sturgeons and opponents alike. To become a target of his cutting barbs were considered by most victims to be an honor, a sign that one was becoming an established CRBL player. To escape the game unscathed by one of Eddie's quips was, well, quite frankly, rather disappointing. The 4th inductee is Scott Stuckert. In his 35-year career, Scott had 1,534 at-bats with over 505 CRBL games, with a 359 batting average. In 29 of those seasons, Scott hit over 300, eclipsing the 400 mark in 9 of those campaigns, with a career best mark of 462 in 1990. In the game itself, well, it was a well-played, well-pitched game between the North All-Stars and the South All-Stars. And it was a scoreless battle into the 9th inning when the visiting South All-Stars pushed across a run on a wild pitch to take a 1-0 lead. In the bottom of the 9th, the North All-Stars were able to tie the game, forcing a 10th inning. The South was able to manage a run in the top of the 10th, and the North was unable to answer, making the final score South 2, North 1. In the current South versus North format, the South extended their series lead to 32-16 and avenged last year's 6-5 All-Star game loss to the North. Going into the second half of the season, the CRBL North looks like this. The Cavaliers are still undefeated and sitting on top. They're followed by the Tilden Tigers, who are just 1.5 games behind the Cavs. The Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks remain in 3rd place, 4.5 games out. The Bloomer Woodticks follow at 7.5 games off the pace, and then come the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 12.5 games behind, and the Cadott Red Sox are 13.5 games out. In the CRBL South, the Osseo Merchants had their lead cut to 3 games ahead of the Eau Claire Bears, while the Whitehall Wolves are in 3rd place, 4 games out, and the Eau Claire Rivermen are currently in 4th place, 6 games out of 1st. The Beef River Bullfrogs are 11.5 games off the pace. Today's game is important for the Cavaliers to show that last Wednesday's 10-1 victory over the Merchants was no fluke, and now they represent the team to beat in the CRBL. On the other hand, the Merchants want to make it clear that they're not going to give up their command of the league without a struggle. So the stage is set for some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll join my colleague Dan Petschow at Carson Park as we bring you all the action of today's game between the Cavs and the Merchants. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
prepared is a part of who you are. But it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Help us celebrate 50 years of Cavalier baseball as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League. And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good evening. Welcome to Carson Park. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow and Cassie Nelson. We're shorthanded one person today. Family emergency came up for Ann, our usual computer person. So once again, Dan is stuck with double duty, and this time he's on the computer, and he's going to do a fabulous job with that. And what do you think about that, Dan? You're a jack of all trades there.
I'll be hopping tonight.
Yeah, you will. We have a couple of things going on tonight as the Cavaliers are getting ready to take on the Osseo Merchants in a rematch of the game from last Wednesday. And the game tonight is sponsored by Royal Credit Union. And they have some pregame festivities that will take place. The managers are going to be meeting out at home plate with the umpires. And our umpires tonight, by the way, on the bases will be Lynn Roberts, and behind the plate will be Daryl Priest. Let's quickly go through the starting lineups of tonight's game. We have, for the visiting Osseo Merchants, leading off, the center fielder, Tanner Marsh. Batting second will be the shortstop, Jesse Brockman. Batting third is the left fielder, Nolan Matson. Batting fourth is the catcher, Todd Winkus. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Josh Anderson. Batting sixth, the right fielder and last Wednesday's starting pitcher, Dakota Klaus. Batting seventh, third baseman, Jackson Johnson. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Storm Standiford. And batting ninth, the first baseman, Joe Zawacki. For the Cavaliers, leading off for the Cavaliers will be left fielder Mitch Fowler. Then batting second will be second baseman Cole Lekvin. Batting third will be the third baseman Cooper Kapanke. Batting fourth is center fielder and last week's winning pitcher Tanner Halverson. Batting fifth, the first baseman Anthony Pogodzinski. We'll just stick with Pogo. Batting sixth, the catcher Cole Timon. Batting seventh, the designated hitter Adam LaRock. Batting eighth, the shortstop Jackson Vance. Batting ninth, the right fielder Gabe O'Brien. And tonight, for the first time all season, the Cavaliers are actually going to bat 10, and that's the extra hitter is going to be Zach Stang. On the mound to start tonight is Paul Petit, but in talking with Ryan Page, don't be surprised if we get a kind of pitching rotation job tonight where we get a number of pitchers, because the Cavaliers also have a pretty critical doubleheader coming up on Sunday, and he wants his starting pitchers fresh for that doubleheader. But Paul Petit is going to open up the game, probably more in the role of what the major leaguers now call an opener,
which is where they call it a bullpen session or bullpen night, where they throw a lot of people out there and rotate through their pitchers quite a bit. They're going through the starting lineups for the Cavaliers, so I think what we'll do is we will take a real brief timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
And we're back here at Carson Park. And players are lining up on the baseline, so it looks like we are getting ready for a national anthem to be performed tonight. And that's going to be Crystal Schultz doing the national anthem tonight. And I see her heading out there as we're getting ready for that.
And honor America for the singing of our national anthem by Miss Crystal Schultz.
And she's right out there in the batter's box.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets burned red, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the brave?
That's Crystal Schultz with the singing of our national anthem as we're getting ready for today's game. I believe we have some dignitaries we have coming out on the field now is Daniel Hintz from Royal Credit Union.
So we're here tonight not only for Royal Credit Union, but also for the RCU Foundation, which is one of the ways that Royal Credit Union lives our core purpose to create a positive impact in the lives that we touch. Since it began in 2012, the RCU Foundation has given over $6 million in grants to organizations supporting the arts, health, and education in our local communities. Most recently, we finished up one of our signature events, Rock the Riverfront Preaching Charity Classic, its 27th year. This year, we specifically targeted organizations for the arts that were really impacted by COVID-19 over the last year or so. And so because of that program, the Heidi Center for the Arts, Chippewa Valley Theater Guild, and North Star Theater Company received a portion of the $27,500 donation that was made possible through the RCU Foundation and Rock the Riverfront. If anyone's looking for more information, you can go to our website, rcu.org/foundation. That's also where organizations can go to request grant funds for our next cutoff date of September 1st.
And that was Daniel Hintz from Royal Credit Union, who are sponsoring today's game. And then coming out in just a moment here, we have a young lady going to throw out the first pitch. This is Emily Lau heading out to throw the first pitch. That's Emily. And that looks like a strike to me. I'd have swung at it.
Yeah, that was a good pitch.
All right, now Paul Petit's going to take his warm-up tosses, and we'll be pretty much ready to roll here.
Let's play baseball.
Paul Petit on the mound for the Cavaliers. Around the bases, Kapanke at third, Vance at short, Cole Leckman over at second, Pogo's at first. Behind the plate is Cole Timon. In the outfield, left to right, is Valor, Halverson, and O'Brien for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, let's see what Petit can do here in the first few innings. See how far he goes tonight.
Unfortunately for Paul, he took a loss that doesn't count because he is actually the losing pitcher in the All-Star game. He pitched effectively, but then there was a pitch that got away from him, went back to the backstop, and the winning run came in, or what eventually was the winning run came in to score. Little chilly tonight for baseball. We've been used to those 80-degree days, and we're down in the 60s, if that, right now. And a pretty steady, stiff breeze blowing from left. I'm looking at the flag out in center field. It's actually coming in from left center. Feels like it wants to rain, but it's not supposed to. Cassie over in the camera says it's sprinkling a little bit. All right, leading off for the Osseo Merchants, center fielder Tanner Marsh. We're ready to get underway. Petit into the windup and the first pitch. Swung on a miss, strike one. A pair of fours out there now. Petit wearing number 4, Tanner Marsh wearing number 4. Petit winds, fires. A little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. He kicks and fires. A little high again, ball 2. Petit winds on the 1-2 pitch, just inside, ball 3. 3-1 to Tanner Marsh. Petit generally takes about an inning to get his rhythm down. High pop up, foul territory, and it's drifting out of play. That makes the count go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Tanner Marsh. Paul Petit into the wind and the payoff pitch. Swung on a missed.
Foul tip.
Foul tipped into the dirt. Count remains 3-2. And again the payoff pitch. Line shot out into right field. Foul. Boy, that one looked like it was heading for the corner, but it got there via foul territory. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Good job by Paul Petit.
1 up, 1 down. This brings up Jesse Brockman, the shortstop. Brockman was really a thorn in the side of the Cavaliers down in Osseo. Went 3 for 4, singled to right, singled to center, and singled back to right. Then finally he struck out. Petit winds and fires. A little bit low, ball 1. Hey fans, make sure you pay attention a little bit later on, somewhere around the bottom of the 4th inning. We have a special contest for you coming up. That one's just outside. Just missed that outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes to Jesse Brockman. High pop-up. Jackson Vance moves out into shallow left field, makes the catch. And that's going to bring up Nolan Matson with 2 down. Matson is the left fielder. Steps into the box. He's got an open stance. Swing and a miss, strike one. Right-handed hitter. He's got that left foot way towards the backside of the box. Next pitch is just missed outside.
Yeah, that was a good pitch there. I got a good view of home plate tonight.
And the 1-1 pitch. Pop-up foul. And the herd of kids goes running after it. Of course, they're running for coupons that can be cashed in down at the souvenir stand. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And fouled off on the right side again. Count remains at 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. We're in the top half of the first inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. Whoa, that just missed also. Must have been just a hair low because that caught the corner for sure. Because as Dan said, we've got a nice view of home plate from up here. The 2-2 pitch. Line shot foul down the left field line. Count remains 2-2. Madsen does a little grooming of the batter's box. Now he steps in. He's narrowed his stance up a little bit now. And the pitch, a long fly ball out into left field. That's going to drop for extra bases. Madsen's going to check in at second. And the fans from Osseo that made the trip up here make a little bit of noise. Mitch Fowler got on his horse, but he couldn't get back to get that one. That's going to bring up Todd Winkus, the catcher. Runner on second with 2 outs. And the pitch. Caught the corner that time. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball. And the pitch is fouled back. That one's up on the roof here also, Dan, but I'm not holding you by the belt today. Dan's been known to reach out and get those. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And time is called. Just before Petit pitched.
Yeah, I don't see the ball out here.
It's over that way, I believe.
Oh, okay, to our right.
Off to our right. Dan's looking for the ball. Sometimes we have to tie a rope around Dan to keep him from climbing out on that roof.
Get my Buck souvenir.
And a ground ball up the middle, diving for it, making the play, and throwing to first, and they got him! A heck of a diving play by Jackson Vance, and then he gets to his feet and fires over to first place in time to get Todd Winkus for the putout, 6-3. So that's the end of the first half of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We've played a half inning and we've got no score from Carson Park. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Hey, don't forget the Cavs will be back in action on Sunday, July 11th. And as the Cavs travel to Chippewa Falls to take on the second place Tilden Tigers in a doubleheader, we're going to simulcast live coverage of those two 7-inning games on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on our YouTube channel, NLWN-TV. The In the Dugout show will get things started at 12:10. On the mound for the Osseo Merchants is Logan Betcher. Now, Betcher comes into tonight's game with a 0.00 ERA. Cavs are hoping to maybe change that a little bit.
Bring off the bottom of first for the Cavaliers, the left fielder, number 2, Mitch Pollard.
Okay, leading off for the Cavaliers is left fielder Mitch Fowler. And the first pitch to Fowler is inside. Fowler comes into the game hitting .385. And that's a called strike. Betcher likes pitching off the edge of the rubber. He's in the windup, and here's the pitch, a ground ball out to second base. Scooped up and throw over to first in time for the putout. Anderson to Joe Jawacki.
Number 6, Cole Leckman.
So that brings up Cole Leckman. Leckman hitting .295. .13 hits, including a double. First pitch is called a ball. Swing and a miss, strike one. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that caught the inside corner, strike two. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off on the right side.
That ball one brought to you by Colonel Canadian. Let us step up to the plate now here.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Cole Leckman, second baseman for the Cavaliers. Betcher's pitch, and it's fouled off on the right side again. Count remains 1-2. Cooper Kapanke on deck. And another foul shot down the right side. Right past Chase Yeager in the first base coach's box. He kind of made a half-hearted effort at sticking his hand out there, but that was pretty hard hit. He wasn't going to try and stop it barehanded, I don't think. And the pitch to Leckman. Fly ball out into right field. Coming in is Klaus. He slides and makes the catch for out number 2. That's going to bring up third baseman Cooper Kapanke.
Third for the Cavaliers, the third baseman, side, Cooper Kavanke.
Kapanke hitting .385. He's got 6 doubles and a home run. Boy, he almost hit one out down in Osseo last week. Bounced it off the fence. First pitch is high. And the pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch is right down the pipe. 2 balls and a strike. That pitch misses outside. Hitter's pitch here, 3-1. And that one got the inside part of the plate. Count goes full to 3-2. 2 down, nobody on. Catcher's payoff pitch. Fouled straight back. Count remains 3-2. Pitcher toes the rubber. He's into the wind, and his motion is low for ball 4. Cooper Kapanke draws the walk. And that's going to bring up Tanner Halverson. Halverson hitting .426 on the season with 4 home runs, 4 doubles. One of those home runs was that towering blast that he hit in Osseo last Wednesday. We called that a no-doubter. Here's the pitch, and it's called strike right down the middle. He wanted to take a look at one, and there it was. No balls and a strike to Halverson. Kapanke takes his lead. And the pitch is outside. Counts even at 1-1. And a foul back, just off to our right. One ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the first inning. 2 down, 1 on. Kapanke on first. Halverson gets himself ready. Pitcher at the belt. And the pitch. Ground ball over towards third. Scooped there. Throw over to first. And it's not in time. Halverson beats it out for an infield hit. That brings up Anthony Pogodzinski, or Pogo. Pogo's hitting .413 with 19 hits. 6 of those are doubles. Cavs have 2 on now with 2 out. Betcher looks in for the sign. At the belt, takes a look over at second. And the pitch is high. Kapanke getting a little bit of attention over there at second base. Here's the pitch. Chop foul right into the Merchants dugout. Bounced over the protective fence and then down into the dugout. Betcher's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Pogo has also struck out 6 times. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Betcher at the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Pogo goes down looking. So for the Cavaliers, they got no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we've got 1 in the books, and we have no score from Eau Claire. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow doing double duty. Are you feeling like an octopus over there, Dan?
Yeah, I was wondering if anybody was ready for that. 2-1. I give you 2 seconds to get ready.
And Cassie over there just kind of looking at Dan like, boy, I'm glad it's you and not me. Due up for the Osseo Merchants in the top of the second inning. We have Josh Anderson, Dakota Klaus, and Jackson Johnson. Just a single game tonight, but it's a 9-inning one. And this is not the coldest game we've been at this year.
No.
No, we opened up there in Bloomer and we got snow. Remember that one, Cassie? Yeah, she's remembering.
That was your rookie
She wasn't sure what she'd gotten herself into after that one.
Yeah, her rookie.
All right, stepping up is Josh Anderson, the second baseman. And the first pitch is just a little bit high for ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one caught the inside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, good off-speed pitch there.
Pulled the string a little bit. Teed into the windup. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into right field, falls in for a base hit. So Anderson is on first, and that brings up Dakota Klaus, the right fielder, made that very nice catch in the bottom half of the first inning. First pitch to Klaus is inside. Petit takes a look over at first. And the pitch. Line shot, foul, just foul down the right field line. One ball, one strike. Had a lot of rain last night, but the field looks like it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I'd say my gauge is right field. That's where all the water usually kind of hangs out, but they look okay out there.
And that pitch comes in a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. And as we had predicted, we have some action going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. And that one's a little bit low. The count goes to 3-1. Trying to catch the number of who's warming up down there. I wouldn't be surprised if it were Carter Hesselman. Swing and a miss, strike two. Count is full. You know, Dan, one of these days I just got to remember to bring binoculars up here.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Here's the pitch. Line shot.
Out into right or center field. And Klaus is on first. Anderson has moved over to second and brings up Jackson Johnson.
Batting seventh, third baseman, number 10, Jackson Johnson.
Here's Petit's pitch. It bunted down the first baseline and foul. Good strategy right here with nobody out. Get those two runners to move over. Here's Petit's pitch. It's inside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. On deck is the designated hitter, Storm Standiford. Petit at the belt. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung and a miss, strike two. Two runners on. Anderson at second. Klaus at first. Johnson at the plate. No score. We're in the top of the second. There's the pitch. Fly ball on the right side. Foul out of play. Count remains 1-2. Petit's pitch. This one's looped out into right field for a base hit. That's going to bring in a run. Three hits in a row. And that's going to bring up Storm Standiford. So we now have runners at the corners. Klaus is on third, Jackson on first, and Standiford is at the plate. Nobody out yet. Swing and a miss for a strike. Yes, that was Carter Hesselman warming up for the Cavaliers. Down in the bullpen. Quick throw over to first. And Jackson got back in. That was close. No balls and a strike to Standiford. Line shot out into left field, and that's going to fall in, score another run. That's 4 hits in a row. Jackson checks in at, or Jackson Johnson checks in at second. Standiford's at first. And Joe Jawacki comes up. Swing and a miss by Jawacki for strike one. Chopped foul down the third base line, then rolls over toward the Cavalier dugout. No balls, 2 strikes to Jawacki. He's the number 9 hitter. Petit's at the belt. And the pitch is fouled straight back. 0-2. Here's the pitch. That one's line foul down the right side. Count remains 0-2. Two runs in for Osseo this inning. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. He thought he checked it, but they appealed down to the base umpire, and he said, yes, he went around. So Jawacki goes down swinging. Back to the top of the order, and that's Tanner Marsh. Marsh struck out his last time up. Swing and a miss. Foul tip back into Timon's glove. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. Just inside. Petit looking in for the sign. He's at the belt. Checks at second. And the pitch. Ground ball foul. Just foul. Right down the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tanner Marsh strikes out for the second time tonight, and it's going to bring up Jesse Brockman. Brockman hit a Texas leaguer out into left field that Jackson Vance was able to range from his shortstop spot to get out and catch. His last time up. And the first pitch is a called strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 down, 2 on, 2 in. There's the pitch, ground ball foul. Oh and 2 now to Jesse Brockman. Here's the pitch, is just inside. One ball, 2 strikes. Petit fires. That one's fouled on the left side.
That's all brought to you by RCU and the RCU Foundation. The RCU Foundation awards grant funds to organizations and communities that the Royal...
1 ball and 2 strikes. Petit at the belt, takes a peek over at second. Now the 1-2 pitch, just outside. Actually a little bit low as well. Nice stop by Cole Timon. And a ground ball down the first base line, and they say foul ball. That was fair until it went foul just as it went by the bag. It was hugging the line. Pogo had it measured. He fielded it cleanly and would have just stepped on the bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on, 2 in, and a fly ball out into left field. Foul ball.
The RCU Foundation has given more than $6 million to our community since 2012.
So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Go to www.rcu.org/foundation.
Brockman steps back in. Petit looks over at second. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Foul tipped into Timon's glove for out number 3. So the Osseo Merchants pick up a couple of runs on 4 hits. There were no Cavalier errors and 2 men left on base. New score after an inning and a half. It's the Osseo Merchants 2 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Cassie Nelson. Boy, oh boy. I've known you for how many years and I can't get your name right yet? Holy cow. Hey, I just want to remind you that we do have some equestrian coming up pretty soon as well. NLWN-TV is going to bring you a WSCA sanctioned game show from the West Wind Acres Arena in Rochester, Minnesota. We'll broadcast that on Monday, July 12th. The event will be recorded on Saturday the 10th, and our coverage on the 12th will begin at 7 p.m. on NLWN-TV. I've never been to the West Wind Acres. Have you been over there, Dan?
I haven't.
That'll be kind of fun to go check that out.
Yeah, it'll be a whole new group of people over there.
And these equestrian things are fun to do. It's people just having a great time riding their horses. And leading off the bottom of the second inning is Cole Timon for the Cavaliers, the catcher. And the first pitch is a called strike at the knees. And a fly ball out into right center field, drifting over, and Klaus makes the catch. So Timon flies to right, and that brings up the designated hitter, Adam LaRoche, or Adam LaRock. My K looked like an H there all of a sudden. Anyway, here's the first pitch to Adam. It's outside for ball 1. Hesselman warming up again down in the Cavalier bullpen. And a pop foul on the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Betcher in the wind and the motion. Swing and a miss by LaRock for strike 2. Jackson Vance on deck for the Cavs. Pitch is outside, evens the count at 2-2. Betcher looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. Inside. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That was a tough pitch to let go by. Betcher into the wind and the pitch. That's outside for ball 4. Adam LaRock takes his free pass. Brings up Jackson Vance. Vance is hitting .257. He's got a double. He's also got a triple. Infield moving in. Well, now corners are in, but the middle infield is playing back. The pitch is fouled off on the right side. No balls and 1 strike to Jackson Vance. Here's the pitch. Fouled off on the right side again. No balls and 2 strikes. LaRock takes the lead. Betcher's at the belt. And the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball out to short, picked up by Brockman, throw to second for 1, and there's no relay over to first. So Jackson Vance gets on a fielder's choice. But LaRock is put out short to second for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up right fielder Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien hitting .208. Actually had a pretty good night down in Osseo. Going down to second and in safely is Jackson Vance. And Brockman tried a little trickery there to make it look like he was throwing the ball back to the pitcher to see if Vance might step off the bag. But Jackson Vance wasn't born last night. He did not step off the bag. Cavs have a runner on second now. Ground ball out to second, picked up by Anderson. Throw over to first in time for the put out in the third out of the inning. 4-3 on the put out. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've got 2 complete. And the score, the Osseo Merchants 2 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey Raccoon, where you off to in such a hurry?
I'm getting out of here. I heard that the family who owns this place just hired Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
No. Not Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control. Why, the last place they were at, all the animals like us disappeared and were never heard from again.
Right. That's why I'm leaving.
Honey, gather the kids. We've got to go.
Got animal pests? Let Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control handle your problem. Call them at 715-832-1640. That's Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Heading into the third inning. And new pitcher for the Cavaliers, Carter Hesselman.
Now pitching for the Oakland Cavaliers, number 17, Carter Hesselman.
So the book on Paul Petit, he pitched 2 innings, Gave up 2 runs, both of which were earned. 5 hits. He did strike out 1, and he walked 2. No, check that. I'm looking at the wrong thing. He struck out 4, and did not walk anybody. Hesselman comes into the game with a 1.73 ERA, with a 3-0 record. This is pretty much what Ryan Page said was going to happen. He's going to throw a good chunk of his pitching staff at this game tonight so that everybody's still fresh for Sunday. All right, leading off the top of the 3rd inning for the Osseo Merchants is the left fielder Nolan Matson. And Carter Hesselman winds and fires. Fly ball out into right center field. That's going to drop in and go out to about the warning track. And checking in with a stand-up double is Nolan Matson. That's his 2nd double of the night. That's going to bring up Todd Winkus. Winkus grounded to short his last time up. That ended the 1st inning. That shot that time by Matson was equal distance between Halverson and O'Brien. That first pitch is a called strike. Neither one of them had a chance of getting to it. Hesselman's pitch is fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. Hesselman at the belt. And the pitch is fouled back on the right side.
Check out ICU.org/rules for more information.
Hesselman takes a look over at second. He's at the belt and he delivers. And that just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Throw over to second, and Matson gets back. And a foul on the right side.
ICU.org/kidsclub for more details.
And a little chat out there between Timon and Hesselman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Winka steps back in. Madsen with the lead. And that one gets away from Timon, but he keeps it in front of him. Count goes even at 2-2. Hesselman at the belt. And the pitch. Chopper to third. Kapanke picks it up, throws to first, and they got the play. Oh, they're saying he dropped the ball, and he did. Pogo did not hang on to the ball. It's going to be an error on, I believe, Pogo. So now we have runners at the corners with nobody out. Merchants looking to build on their lead. And that's going to bring up Josh Anderson. Anderson singled his last time up to start the stuff that went in the last inning. Swing and a miss, strike one. And the pitch is just missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hesselman with a peek over at first. And the 1-1 pitch. Squares to bunt and bunts it foul. I think we had a little safety squeeze going on there maybe, Dan?
Squeeze and I guess see the runner at first go here.
Hesselman at the belt. A quick throw over to first. Back easily is Winkus. Madsen with the lead at third. Ball's in the dirt, blocked by Timon. Hesselman again at the belt. And the 2-2 pitch. Called third strike. That's going to bring up Dakota Klaus, who singled to center field his last time up. He also scored. So now we have 1 out with runners on the corners. And a chopper to short. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first. And they're not going to complete the double play, but the run does come in and score. Madsen comes and scores. So Klaus gets on a fielder's choice. And Winkus is out at second. So there's now 2 outs. 1 run in. And the first pitch is a strike. And the pitch is a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Jackson Johnson is the hitter. He singled his last time up. Pitch is just outside. Quick throw down to first. Back in easily is Dakota Klaus. Hesselman at the belt. And the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that'll do it for the Merchants in the third. But they pick up 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 Cavalier error and 1 man left on base. We played 2.5, and a new score. It's the Osseo Merchants 3, Cavaliers 0. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on July 11th when the Cavaliers travel to Chippewa Falls to take on the Tilden Tigers from Casper Field. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:10 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 11th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Carson Park, heading into the bottom half of the third inning. Due up for the Cavaliers is the number 10 hitter, Zach Stang, and then back to the top of the order, Voller and Lekvin.
Members of the Eau Claire Cavaliers Board of Directors will now be entering the stands to sell 5 gold tickets. Tickets are priced at $1 each, 50 for $2, 60 for $5, and 40 for $10.
Still out on the mound is Betcher for the Osseo Merchants. So Zach Stang to lead things off. Wind is now blowing straight in. So the long ball isn't going to be part of the game plan tonight, I don't think. Betcher's first pitch is over the outside corner for a called strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike over that outside corner again. No balls, 2 strikes. Betcher winds and the 0-2 pitch is outside. Trying to get Stang to chase that one, I believe. Got him twice on the outside corner, then just threw it a little bit outside to see if he'd chase. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. That was close, a little bit low. Counts even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Stang. That's high, and the count goes full. Betcher into the wind. And the payoff pitch. Fouled. Hard shot into the bleachers. I hope nobody was sitting. The people sitting in the area, I hope they got out of the way.
Yeah, I saw Cooper, Doc.
People were in the way of that one, but fortunately, I don't think anybody got hit. And ball 4 because the pitch is high. So Zach Stang picks up a walk. That's the 3rd walk given up by Betcher today. Back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers, Mitch Voller, who grounded to second his first time up. Here's the pitch, fouled straight back. No balls and 1 strike, 1 on, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Cavs have some catching up to do. Betcher's at the belt. Throws over to first. They've got him picked off. He slides in, and the ball goes into center field. That's going to be probably an error on the first baseman on the throw. But nonetheless, Zach Stang is on second, and he, by rights, had been picked off.
Yeah, that was... The first baseman thought that was too easy.
Yeah, it's never too easy. So Stang is at second now with nobody out. Here's the pitch. High pop foul. Drifting out of play and hits the walkway. The aluminum walkway. No balls and a strike. Actually, it's no balls and 2 strikes. I was thinking there had been a couple pitches. Betcher at the belt. The 0-2 pitch. That's inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Staying at second. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. Counts even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes to number 2 with the runner at second. There we go with the 2s again. And that pitch is outside. Count goes full. Stang takes his lead. Brockman sneaking up behind him a little bit. Betcher's pitch is high for ball 4. So Mitch Fowler earns himself a walk, and the Cavaliers have runners at first and second, courtesy of 2 walks by Betcher. Brings up Cole Leckvin. Leckvin flew out to right field last time up. Betcher looks in for the sign. He's at the belt. And Leckvin steps out. Now he comes back in. First baseman playing in for the bunt. In fact, the infield's playing in. Here's the pitch. Leckvin bunts it down the third baseline. A nice looking bunt. Long throw across the infield. And they got Leckvin, but the runners advance, so it's a sacrifice bunt by Cole Leckvin. And I think Cole Leckvin's missing a few buttons off the front of his shirt now, as they made a bit of a collision down there by first base. In fact, I looked down the first baseline. I think I could see a couple buttons laying down there in foul territory. First pitch to Kapanke is high and away for a ball. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled back. Cavs have runners at second and third. 1 out. Here's the pitch, swung on a miss. Strike 2. Kapanke walked his first time up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the screen in front of the Merchants dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one's grounded foul. Nice pickup by Ryan Page down there in the third base coach's box. Count remains 1-2. Betcher working from the windup now. And time is called. It's tough for a batter to stay there and concentrate for a really long time. Betcher was taking his time, and Kapanke called time. Betcher gets the sign. He winds and fires. Line shot fair down the third base line. It's going to score 2. Kapanke is going to be out at second. Trying to stretch the single to a double, but he did score 2. And so the Cavaliers get right back into it. And Tanner Halverson comes up. He beat out an infield hit to third his first time up. Check swing low for a ball. They peel down to first base, but the first base umpire says, nope. Lynn Roberts down there on first base. And the pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball down the third base line, foul. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Alverson's foul back on the right side. Betcher gets the sign. He winds and fires. It's way outside. Count evens up at 2-2. With 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that's a called third strike. So Halverson goes down looking, but the Cavaliers played a couple, and the score after 3 innings is the Osseo Merchants 3 and the Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
And we're back here at Carson Park. And as I mentioned earlier, we're a little bit short-handed tonight, but that's okay. We're getting along okay, except for one thing. I mean, first of all, Ann does a great job on the switching on the computer. And Dan's nodding, yes, she does. He misses her a lot. But she also remembers to bring snacks. And all we have are Cassie over there with wasabi, and those crunch too much. So
yeah, you know, that's my thing for football and football and basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ann takes care of us in the summer.
We will survive. It's not like I'm wasting away to nothing here. All right, leading off the top of the fourth inning. Storm Standiford, the designated hitter. Standiford singled to left his first time up. Hesselman into the wind, and the first pitch is outside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Just outside, ball 2. And the pitch. That's a called strike over the outside corner. 2-1. That's a little bit low, so it's now 3-1. And the pitch is ball 4. So Standiford draws a walk. That's the first walk given up by Carter Hesselman. And Joe Jawacki is at the plate. He struck out his first time up. Line shot out into right center field. Halverson picks it up, throws to third. Oh, and Kapanke can't hang on to the ball because that was there in time. Jawacki stays at first. So now we have runners at the corners with nobody out. Back to the top of the order, Tanner Marsh, who struck out twice. That pitch is outside for ball 1. Standiford on third, Jawacki on first. Marsh sends one foul down the right field line off the top rail of the fence, bounces back onto the field. He sent that right over towards the herd of kids, and then the fence rejected it. And a fly ball out into shallow center field. It's going to fall in. Run's going to come in and score. So Tanner Marsh singles. And Standiford comes in. Jawacki checks in at second. So we have runners at first and second with nobody out. And that's going to bring up Jesse Brockman. Brockman's 0 for 2 tonight. Popped out to the shortstop in shallow left field and struck out. And he squares to bunt and is foul tipped back behind the plate. Count evens up at 1-1.
Can't tell who we have in the dugout for the Cavaliers right now. 28.
Oh, that's Ethan Kelberg warming up down there. And squares to bunt does not. He offered at it, so it's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yes, Ethan Kelberg warming up down in the bullpen for the Cavaliers. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a ground ball to second. Scoop there to second to first. In time for the double play. That's a 4-6-3 double play. Lekvin to Vance. Over to Pogo. So Brockman grounds out into a 4-6-3 double play. Brings up Nolan Matson, who is 2 for 2 tonight, and both have been doubles. We have a runner at third with 2 down. The runner at third is Jawacki. Here's the fire. Ground ball to short. Hance picks it up, throws to first, and they can't make the connection, and the run comes in to score. That's going to be an E6. And it's going to bring up Todd Winkus. Hesselman at the belt. Pitches outside. Good contingent of Osseo fans came here tonight. I don't know how many there are, but they sure know how to make some noise down there on the first baseline. And the runner takes off, and the pitch is a called strike. No even attempt to throw. Matson got a big jump off of Hesselman. Hesselman's pitch. Line shot. Grabbed by Vance. Throw over to first. And they make the play. So Winkus grounds out 6-3. So we get 1 run on 2 hits. A Cavalier error. I checked that was 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 Cavalier error and 1 man left on base. So we've got 3.5 in the books, and it's Osseo 5, Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, July 12th as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. AWSCA sanctioned game show hosted by Plainview Elgin Riders at Westwind Acres in Rochester, Minnesota. This event was recorded on July 10th. NWLN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Cassie Nelson, bringing you all the action of this one between the CRBL South leading Osseo Merchants and the CRBL North leading Eau Claire Cavaliers. Heading into the bottom of the 4th inning, Pogo is going to lead things off. He struck out his first time up. In fact, struck out looking.
First baseman, Polzinski.
Pogo steps in. Catcher looks in and fires. Pogo grounds it foul on the first base side. Catcher winds and fires. Called strike over the outside corner. No ball, 2 strikes. Catcher looks in for the sign. He winds and fires. Pitches outside for ball 1. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Pogo goes down on strikes again. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Cavalier catcher. Timon flew out to right field his first time up. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball. And a long fly ball to center field. Heading back is Marsh. He circles, he's under it, makes the catch. Timon gave it a ride, but Marsh got back there to make the play. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Adam LaRock. LaRock walked his last time up. And here's a fly ball out into right field. Coming in to make the catch is Klaus. And the Cavaliers go down in order. 1, 2, and 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We've got 4 in the books, and it's the Osseo Merchants 5 and the Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Environmental Consultants Landscape Design and Construction Team bring your estate up to snuff. Their professional experts can design and install retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Ethan Kjellberg on the mound for the Cavaliers. And that means Carter Hesselman threw 2 innings. And he allowed 3 runs on 3 hits. Struck out 2 and only walked 1. So Kjellberg comes in. And I'm looking for his information. He has a 1.86 ERA and a 2-0 record. He's also got a couple of saves. Cavs trail by 3, would like to have no more damage occur as we're in the top of the 5th inning.
The second baseman, Jimmy Zalewski.
And leading off the 5th inning for the Osseo Merchants is Josh Anderson. He's 1 for 2. Struck out looking his last time up. Singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Kelberg fires. Ground ball out to 2nd. Picked up by Lekvin. Throw over to Pogo, and that's a put out. That's going to bring up Dakota Klaus. Klaus singled his first time up, and then he hit into a fielder's choice his 2nd time, so he's 1 for 2. First pitch is outside. Kelberg looks in for the sign. He winds and fires. Ground ball right back up the middle. It went over the pitcher's mound, over second base, and out into center field for a base hit. That's going to bring up Jackson Johnson. Johnson's also 1 for 2. He singled his first time up to right field, then struck out. Here's the pitch. Called strike. It was right at the letters. Kelberg pitches. That's a chopper, fielded and fired. Lekvin went to his knees to field it and tossed it over to Pogo at first. It does advance the runner over to second base. So Klaus is on second, and Storm Standiford, the designated hitter, is up. Standiford signaled in the 2nd inning and then walked. Yeah, I know. And let's see. We've got some kind of audio issue going on. Okay, we have 1 ball and 1 strike.
The Foundation has given more than $16 million to communities since 2012. Request support for the RSP Foundation at rcu.org/foundation.
And sorry, folks, I don't know what happened to our audio. It just all of a sudden got real fuzzy. Long fly ball into right field. It's going to go off the wall. 1 run comes in, and Standiford checks in at second. So Dakota Klaus comes in to score.
First baseman, Joe Zawacki.
And that brings up Joe Zawacki with 2 outs. And a strike called. One ball and 1 strike. And pop foul. One ball, 2 strikes to Jawaki with 2 out. Line shot out into right field. It's fair. A run's coming in to score. Throw in. And it gets beyond the infielders, and Jawaki goes down to second. But Stanford came in to score. And Jawaki went to second on the error on the throw. Back to the top of the order, Tanner Marsh. Here's the pitch. High pop-up. Back behind the plate. Timon moving back, and it's off the net. Two runs in this half inning for the Merchants. And the pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or check that. Now they say it's 0-2 is the count. Again, that's what I get for looking at the scoreboard. Here's the pitch. It's high and away. And the runner, we have a pinch runner.
Pinch runner. Now it's on third.
He's on third base for Jawaki. And it's... No, that's Jawaki. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Merchants pick up a couple of runs that half inning, and we've played 4.5. It's the Osseo Merchants 7 and the Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Pardon me, folks. Is that the Chattanooga Choo-Choo?
No, sir. But you can ride it this time.
That's right. This is the Chippewa Valley Railroad located in Carson Park. Hop on and take a ride through scenic Carson Park on Sundays from noon to 5, Memorial Day through Labor Day. Ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad. It's fun for the whole family.
And I want to tell you that the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV has your tickets to ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad. That's right, we're giving away to a lucky winner 2 youth tickets. Each Cavalier game that we broadcast, simply enter by emailing us at info at the Northern Light Webcasting Network. That's info at northernlightwebcasting.com, and you'll be entered into the drawing, and we'll make that drawing on Friday this week because it's a Wednesday night game tonight. So send us an email at info@northernlightwebcasting.com, and you'll be entered to win 2 youth tickets to the Chippewa Valley Railroad right here in Carson Park. Now we head into the bottom half of the 5th inning. Cavaliers have their work cut out for them. Coming up for the Cavaliers, we have Jackson Vance, Gabe O'Brien, and Zach Stang. And we have a pop-up out into right field. Klaus moves over and makes the catch. Off of Jackson Vance. Vance is 0 for 2 now. That brings up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien grounded to second his first time up. And the first pitch is inside for a ball. And a chopper foul. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over to second. Picked up there by Anderson. Tossed to first in time. So that's the second time O'Brien's grounded out second to first. That brings up Zach Stang. Stang walked. And a check swing strike. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the left side. Petcher looks in for the sign. And the pitch. Ground ball over to first. Smothered by Jawacki. Throw over to Petcher covering, and he made the play. So that's a 3-1 covering for the putout, and the Cavaliers go down 1-2-3. So we've got 5 complete, and the score: the Osseo Merchants 7 and the Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here for the 6th inning, top of the 6th inning. I believe we have Jesse Brockman leading things off for the Osseo Merchants. So it should be Brockman, Matson, and Winkus. And that's exactly who it is. According to the scoreboard, the Cavaliers only have 1 hit. I have them with 2, and I think the dispute might be over Tanner Halverson's infield hit. It was actually, I thought, fielded cleanly by the third baseman, but it took a high hop, and they just didn't have a chance to make the putout. At any rate, here's the first pitch into Brockman, and it's a called strike. So according to the scoreboard, which would also match up with the official score, and the pitch is outside for a ball. The Merchants are working on a one-hitter. Here's the wind and the pitch. High pop-up, foul territory. And Kapanke tries to make the play as he runs into the railing at the Cavalier dugout. And it's nothing more than a strike. Maybe even a little bit painful. Here's the pitch, a little bit high, counts even at 2-2. Brockman is 0 for 3. He flew out to short, struck out, and then grounded into a double play. That pitch is just outside. Count is full. And a high pop-up. Jackson Vance calls everyone else off, and he makes the play. That's going to bring up Nolan Matson. Matson is 2 for 3. He's been on base all 3 times. He doubled twice and then got on an error. And the first pitch is high and inside for a ball. And here's the pitch. It's called strike over the outside corner. And the pitch. Ground ball to Vance. Scoops. Throws over to Pogo. Takes him off the bag, but Pogo came down on it, and he got the put out. That'll bring up Todd Winkus. Winkus is 0 for 3. He's grounded to short twice and then reached safely on an error. On an error by Pogo over at first base. And the first pitch is a called strike over the inside corner. Here's the wind and the fire. Just a little low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kjellberg winds and fires. That's high. And the pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. I think there might have been an extra glob of black paint on that corner that time. Kjellberg delivers the 2-2 pitch. A little bit high. Count goes full. Ethan Kjellberg, the 3rd Cavalier pitcher tonight. He winds and fires. And it's low for ball 4. Todd Winkus draws a walk. He's got his own cheering section here. He's got a bunch of them down there going, come on, Todd. Brings up Josh Anderson. Anderson is 1 for 3. He singled his first time up, then he went down looking and grounded to second. Kelberg fires, swing and a miss for strike one. Ethan Kelberg, a big, strong right-hander, mostly used in relief. Go over to first. Winkus is back. Leads the Cavaliers in saves. Kelberg at the belt. And the pitch is a little bit inside. One ball, one strike. 2 outs. Winkus on first. Quick throw over to first. That was close. That was a well-placed throw over to first. And the pitch. Ground or line shot out to Jackson Vance. He snags it for the put out. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We've got 5.5 down, and it's the Merchants 7, Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Carson Park. It's kind of a chilly evening here. And I will say this much, that we do miss having Ann here, because she would have at least thought to bring coffee. It's only 63. Yeah, Cassie's giving me a thumbs up over there, yes. It's only 63 degrees, and after the summer we've had so far, that seems pretty darn chilly. But we have some action going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. I think Jackson Vance is actually warming up down there. But the Cavaliers have some work to do to get some runs on the board here, get back into this thing. Leading off the 6th inning for the Cavaliers is the left fielder, Mitch Voller. Voller is 0 for 1, grounded to second. He also walked. Here's the wind and the pitch, outside for a ball. Pitch is low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Betcher winds and fires. That one's down the middle of the plate. And the pitch is outside, so it's 3-1. Mitch Fowler has a hitter's pitch here. Betcher toes the rubber. He winds the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. A lot of activity going on down towards the Cavalier bullpen with people getting loose. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. That's a second walk of the night for Mitch Fowler. That's going to bring up Cole Leckvin. Leckvin is 0 for 1. He flew out to right field. He also bunted into a sacrifice bunt. Infield's playing in. Well, the corners are playing up. But when you're down by 5, I kind of doubt that they've got Leckvin bunting. But maybe. Here's the pitch. Yes, he is. And he takes it for a ball. Cole Leckvin at the plate. Betcher at the belt. Here's the pitch. Leckvin shows bunt. Does not. Throw down to first, and it got away from Jawicki. But nobody was able to advance. 1 ball, 1 strike to Leckvin. And the throw over to first. Nothing happening over there. Fowler didn't even have that big of a lead that time. I think that was more Betcher saying, yeah, I'm keeping my eye on you. Betcher at the belt. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Betcher looks in for the sign. Fowler takes a lead. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cole Leckvin goes down on strikes. That's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke. Now, Kapanke singled his last time out, but was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. But he did drive in the 2 runs on that base hit. And a high pop foul. Back near the screen. And he makes the catch. Winkus made a catch right up against the screen. And the umpire was right there to make sure the ball did not touch the screen first. And it didn't. And so Cooper Kapanke fouls out. That brings up Tanner Halverson. Halverson is, in my book, 1 for 2 with an infield hit and a strikeout. Fowler takes the lead. Here's the pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Betcher at the belt. 0-1 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on. And that pitch is inside for ball 1. Curveball that didn't quite come over the plate. Halverson didn't make a whole lot of effort to get out of the way of that one either. I don't think he would have minded having it plunk him in the back. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Halverson goes down swinging. Second time he struck out today. And the Cavaliers get nothing. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. We've got 6 in the books. And it's the Merchants 7 and Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And we're back here at Carson Park. And hey, I just want to remind you once again that the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV has your tickets to ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad. That's right, we're giving away to a lucky winner 2 youth tickets. Every Cavalier game that we broadcast, including tonight, simply enter by emailing us at info@northernlightwebcasting.com. That's info@northernlightwebcasting.com. And the drawing will be on Friday. And we'll notify you by email if you are the lucky winner. And we have a new, to use the old term, rump on the bump. And we now have Jackson Vance. And now playing shortstop is Adam LaRock. LaRock comes in from the DH and is going to play shortstop, and Jackson Vance is pitching. So leading off for the Merchants in the 7th inning is Dakota Klaus. Klaus is 2 for 3. He singled twice to center field. He scored both times. And he grounded into a fielder's choice his other time up. Vance's first pitch is just a little bit high. And a fly ball. Foul off the left side. Jackson Vance has a 6.35 ERA, but he does have a 3-0 record. And the pitch is just a little bit low. Here's the wind and the fire. Called strike over the inside corner. Dakota Klaus didn't like that call too much. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vance into the wind and the pitch. That one came up just a little bit short. One of those 60-foot fastballs. There's the wind and the pitch. A chopper back to Vance. He's just going to take it himself all the way over and steps on the bag. He actually teased him a little bit before he stepped on the bag. So that goes down as a 1 unassisted. It brings up Jackson Johnson. Johnson's 0 for 3. Check that. He's 1 for 3. Singled in the 2nd inning. Then he struck out and grounded to second. Vance into the wind and the pitch. That's a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Just a little low. 2 balls and a strike. There's the pitch. It's called strike. And another one back to Vance. This time he tosses it over to Pogo for the put out, 1-3. You know, Vance has made a lot of plays in this game. When he was playing shortstop, it seemed like every ball went to him there, and now they're all coming to him on the pitcher's mound. That brings up the designated hitter, Storm Standiford. 2 outs. And the first pitch is a called strike. Vance into the wind and the pitch. That one's a little bit short. Bounces up over Timon and the umpire. Darryl Priest behind the plate. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. I think Cole Timon thought that was strike 3. Yeah, he was heading back to the dugout. Everybody else is just kind of standing out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sorry, Cole. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. And that's the first 1-2-3 inning the Cavaliers have done. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've got the middle of the 7th, bottom of the 7th coming up. And it's the Merchants 7, Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, July 12th as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. AWSCA sanctioned game show hosted by Plainview Elgin Riders at Westwind Acres in Rochester, Minnesota. This event was recorded on July 10th. NLWN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Cassie Nelson on the camera doing the excellent work she always does. And leading off the 7th inning for the Cavaliers will be Pogo. Pogo's had kind of a rough night at the plate tonight. He's 0 for 2. Both are strikeouts. One was looking and one was swinging. You'll very rarely find a coach complaining if you go down swinging. As long as you're swinging at decent pitches. It's when you go down looking that coaches get upset. Pogo trying to get something started here. There's some action going on down in the Merchants bullpen now. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled straight back. And there's no way I can see what number that is down there. Oh, maybe. Is that a 28, maybe? Fouled back at the plate. Well, that would be Nolan Matson, and he's out there in the game.
Here's the wind in the 0-2 pitch. It's high for ball one. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. Had a little too much spin, otherwise that was coming back to us. Dan, keep your eye out there on the left fielder. See if that's still Matson out there. Number 28. And the pitch is outside. Count goes even at 2-2. Yeah, we do have to remember binoculars to be able to read those numbers. That pitch is a little high. Count's full. Pitcher winds and fires. Swing and a miss, and Pogo goes down on strikes again. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Timon is a victim of a couple fly balls into the outfield.
The catcher, Cole, I can't count the 3 Timon.
One down. Here's the pitch. A little high for a ball. Timon, a native of Elk Mound. Swing and falls back. Pitcher winds, and the 1-1 pitch outside. Oh, they called it a strike. He called that one a strike. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dan didn't like that one too much. And a chop foul in the dirt. Winkus tried to sell it. That he had caught it directly off the bat, but you could hear it thud off the ground. Here's the pitch outside. Evens the count up at 2-2. And we have a soccer ball. Soccer ball comes out into left field. And Matson tries to kick it over, and he needs to stick to baseball. Now he gets it back over into the soccer field. Two balls, 2 strikes to Cole Timon. Here's the pitch. Outside, and the count is full. Well, Timon was awful eager to get back into the dugout to get this at bat. Trying to go in on 2 strikes. So here's the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball into left field. That could fall in, and it does. An attempted catch by Brockman. He went diving for it, but couldn't get there, and a base hit for Cole Timon. That's going to bring up Adam LaRock, who's now the shortstop for the Cavaliers. And Timon pulls it foul down the left side. Dan was just saying,
Let's pull it down the line here.
And all brought to you by Will Cleaning. Let's step up to the plate for all of your loan needs. We'll be in our offices at online at rcu.org.
And the pitch to LaRock. This one's fouled off on the right side. No balls and 2 strikes. Betcher's at the belt. Takes a look over at first. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Cavs need to put a bunch up. Down by 5. Timing on first. LaRock at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Inside. Count goes even at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul back into the net.
And the ball is brought to you by Will Cleaning and the RCU Foundation.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Betcher at the belt. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off on the right side. Adam LaRock hanging tough. And a loose ball got away from the Merchants that were heading down to the bullpen to get loose. Now Betcher's at the belt and pitches, swing and a miss for strike 3. He pulled the string on that one a little bit, and Adam LaRock was out in front. That's the 7th strikeout that Betcher's thrown tonight. That brings up the pitcher, Jackson Vance. Here's the first pitch. It's high and away for a ball. Betcher looks over at first. The 1-0 pitch. Called strike. At the letters on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Fouled away. One ball and 2 strikes. Betcher takes a look over at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line shot out into center field. And Jackson Vance gets himself a single. Moves Timon over to second. And it's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien. And we have a visit out to the mound. And let's see if he's going to make a pitching change now. There's been some action going on down in the Merchants bullpen.
The whole infield is in there having a conference. I think they're just going over their defensive strategies. He's going to leave the pitcher in there. Betcher is going to stay in. And that brings up Gabe O'Brien. So Betcher looks in for the sign. Takes a peek over at second. And the pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. Winkus goes out to have a talk with Betcher. Yeah, the pitcher that was warming up was Luke Eide. Here's the pitch. Ground ball fair, right down the first base line. It went over the bag. One run is going to come in. And Gabe O'Brien gets a seeing eye single right down the first base line that found its way right over the bag. And coming in to score is Cole Hyman. That takes us to the number 10 hitter for the Cavs, Zach Stang. He's the extra hitter. Runners on the corners now. Time called. Cavs down by 4. And Betcher now toes the rubber. Looks over first. And the pitch is a high pop-up. And Brockman makes the catch. But the Cavaliers do pick up a run. And they do it on 3 hits and leave 2. So at the end of 7, it's the Merchants 7 and the Cavs 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on July 11th when the Cavaliers travel to Chippewa Falls to take on the Tilden Tigers from Casper Field. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:10 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 11th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Cassie Nelson. And there's a pretty decent crowd down below us for a chilly evening. Some pretty loud ones came up from Osseo, but that's okay. They're in the spirit of the game. They're having a good time. Seeing their Merchants up on top right now by a score of 7-3. Jackson Vance still on the mound for the Cavs. This will be his second inning as we head into the 8th inning.
The top of the for the Osseo Merchants.
And for Osseo, we have Joe Jawacki leading off. He'll be followed by Tanner Marsh and Jesse Brockman. Jawacki is 2 for 3 tonight with a couple of singles. And he hits a high pop foul out of play. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fly ball out in the center field. Halverson moves in and makes the catch. So that's out number 1. That brings up Tanner Marsh, the center fielder. Marsh is 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. First pitch is a little bit high. He did single once to left. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. And that one's a bit high. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. We're in the top of the 8th. Cavs trail by 4. Here's the wind and the pitch. Long fly ball out into right field. That one's way back and it's in the fan deck. That's a home run for Tanner Marsh. So that'll make it 8-3. We got all of that, and of course it is a pretty short porch, but you know what? I think that would have got out of here even with the old home run fence before they built that fan deck. Because that one bounced off the Pizza Hut sign out there in the fan deck. That brings up Jesse Brockman. That's only the 2nd home run given up by Cavalier pitchers this year. And the pitch is a little bit low. The other was given up by Ben Bergman a little bit earlier this year. 2-0 now the count to Brockman. Now count goes to 3-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. And a 4-pitch walk. So Brockman takes the first, his free pass. He was 0 for 4 coming up to this time. That brings up Nolan Matson. And Matson is 2 for 4. Both of those 2 hits were doubles. And it's a line shot out into left field for a base hit. So we've got Matson on first, Brockman on second. And that's going to bring up Todd Winkus.
The catcher, Todd, just a link and twist.
That's the Winkus fan club down there with kind of a wink and a nod. Pitch is just a hair low. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Caught the outside corner. And Vance's pitch is outside. Two balls and a strike, 2 on, 1 out. And that one got the inside corner. Counts even at 2-2. Jackson Vance at the belt. Check swing foul back into the screen. That was more of an excuse me foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Just missed low. And the count is full. Lucas did take a base on balls his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's a called 3rd strike. That's going to bring up Josh Anderson with 2 outs. 2 runners on. And a foul ball off on the right side. Anderson is 1 for 4. His last time up, he had a screaming line drive that when Vance was still playing as shortstop, he jumped in the air and caught. And time is called. Anderson steps back in. And the pitch. Check swing, ball's in the dirt for a strike. And the guy going over to third, that would have been in the person of Jesse Brockman, runs into Cooper Kapanke and they kind of embraced each other. It was a very tender scene. Cassie cracked up laughing up here. And here comes the pitch. Grounder out to second. Lekvin has it, throws it over to Pogo at first for the out. But 1 run did come in on 2 hits. There were no Cavalier errors, and 1 was left on, 2 were left on base. So we're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Osseo Merchants on top of the Cavaliers, 8-3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Now we're back here at Carson Park, and we have a new rump on the bump for the Merchants. And it's Luke Eide. Now, Eide has been very effective for the Merchants this year. I'm trying to find all my data on the merchants. It's around here somewhere. One of these years I'm going to learn to keep track of this stuff. Yeah, Luke ID, he has an earned run average of 1.3. Yeah, ID's earned run average is 1.3. And he has a record of 6-1.
And on Twitter, you will find stats, schedules, prize videos, score updates, and more. Also look for us on WQOW.
And for the Cavaliers, leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, we're at the top of the order, Mitch Voller.
Leading off the bottom 8 for the Cavaliers. Fielder, Mitch Voller.
Heidi working from the stretch. And he brings a fastball, and Voller fouls it back. Is what Heidi's known for. He brings a lot of heat. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the 1-1 pitch. Chopper out to short. Scoop by Brockman. Throw over to first. It's close. They call him out. Boy, that was really good. A bang-bang play over at first base. But Mitch Voller goes down. And that brings up Cole Lekvin. Lekvin's 0 for 2. He also has a sacrifice bunt. Struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. Caught the inside corner for strike 1. And now the catcher, Winkus, is going to go out and talk to ID a bit. Probably talking a little pitching strategy to Cole Lekvin. Heidi's one of these pitchers that just works from the stretch. And the pitch gets the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. One out. Heidi at the stretch. Here's the pitch. And a called 3rd strike. Two outs, and it brings up Cooper Kapanke. He popped a foul back that came right back almost to the netting and was caught by Winkus. He also singled and walked. Heidi at the belt. Here's the pitch outside. Here's the pitch. Fouled back on the right side. And the herd of kids goes running after that one. It's going, mine, mine! A lot of competition for those foul balls. Heidi at the belt. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Heidi winds and pitch. That was just a bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here's the pitch from Heidi. Fouled straight back. That one's right off the press box window right next to us. It went in the press box and came flying back out. They're all alive over there. I think they're kind of crawling out from under the table right about now, but and the next pitch was outside, so it's a full count now to Cooper Kapanke. And the pitch. And it's low. Cooper had the payoff of those high knees that he has that time. So Kapanke draws the walk. And going to bring up Tanner Halverson. Halverson, according to the official score, is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Got on an error in the first inning. I thought it was an infield hit, to be honest with you. First pitch is outside for ball 1. And here's the pitch. That one's inside for ball 2. Fastball brushed him back a little bit. Heidi at the belt. And the pitch is high and away, ball 3. Cavs need base runners, so my guess is he's probably taking this pitch. I guess not. Ground ball over to second, and the flip to first. And they got him. So Halverson grounds out second to first, and we'll head to the 9th. With the Merchants on top, 8-3, and you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Joe, spot on this last one. There it is.
Keep going with it. Leo! They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Back here at Carson Park, Cavaliers have pitcher number 5 on the mound, Adam LaRock. Jackson Vance moves back over to shortstop.
Pitching for the Cavaliers, number 25, Adam LaRock.
Cavaliers having a tough time getting hits going. They've given up 13 of them, but they've only got 4, which explains why they're trailing 8-3. Hey fans, don't forget that Cavaliers will be back in action on Sunday, July 11th. That's this coming Sunday, as the Cavs travel up to Chippewa Falls to take on the second-place Tilden Tigers in a doubleheader. We'll simulcast live coverage of those 2 7-inning games on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network and our YouTube channel that you're watching right now, NLWN-TV. And the Dugout Show gets underway at 12:10. Leading off the top of the 9th is Dakota Klaus. And the first pitch was a ball. So LaRock's second pitch called strike.
And a ground ball fielded by Pogo. Flip over to LaRock covering in time for the put out. So that goes down as a 3-1 By the way, this is LaRock's first appearance on the mound for the Cavaliers. That brings up Jackson Johnson. Johnson's 1 for 4. And he made some of his teammates scatter with a line shot foul right over by the dugout. So Jackson singled, struck out, and grounded out twice. Yeah, Dan pointed out. Now they all took shelter down in the dugout. Pitch is a little bit high. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. We're in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's a called 3rd strike. So Johnson goes down looking. That's his 2nd strikeout. Brings up Storm Standiford. And Standiford is 2 for 3. He's got a single, a double, a strikeout. He also walked once. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's inside. And for a moment there, I thought maybe they said that it went off his shoulder, but it did not. That'll keep him from crowding the plate, that's for sure. The 1-0 pitch is high for a ball. Two balls, no strikes, 2 down. The rock into the wind and the fire. Called strike over the inside corner. Here's the wind and the fire. Outside for ball 3. Looked like a curveball that didn't quite do what he wanted it to. Timon set up on the inside. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And it's outside for ball 4. So Standiford draws a walk. That brings up Joe Jawacki. And the pitch. That one's off Timon's glove, rolls back to the backstop. And Standiford goes down to second. LaRock at the belt. Here's the pitch. Just a bit high. Here's the pitch inside. 3 balls and no strikes with 2 down. Jawacki's 2 for 4. Standiford takes his lead. And the pitch. And it's high for ball 4. That brings up Tanner Marsh. His last time, he parked one over in the fan deck in right field. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Adam LaRock having a hard time finding the plate all of a sudden. Got two fairly quick outs. That one's inside. And the pitch is high. And that's, I believe, 12 straight balls that he has thrown as he's walked 3 in a row.
Shortstop, Jesse Brockman.
That's going to bring up Jesse Brockman. Brockman's hitless on the night. There's a strike over the outside corner. Bases loaded. 2 down. LaRock winds and fires. That was actually behind Brockman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Adam LaRock in the wind and the pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit high. Evens the count up at 2-2. Here's the wind and the fire. Fly ball out into center field. Halverson moves over. He's got it tracked, and he's got it for the 3rd out. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. 3 men left up on the bases. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Cavaliers as they trail 8-3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track and ace your retirement.
Make sure you get your tickets for the Cavaliers 50th anniversary event.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Cassie Nelson on the camera. A lot more movement up in this press box tonight, and I think it's just an effort to keep warm. It's a little chilly here tonight. Cavs with a 19-game winning streak on the line. In serious danger of falling tonight. 13-game winning streak in the league. As the Osseo Merchants are trying to get some payback for last Wednesday. Luke Eide still on the mound for the Merchants. And it brings Pogo to the plate. Anthony Pogodzinski. 3 times up, 3 strikeouts. Swing and chops it foul. balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A 4-strikeout night for Pogo. That'll bring up Cole Timon. Timon is 1 for 3 so far. He singled his last time up and scored. There's the pitch. A little bit high for a ball. Luke Ide looks in for the sign. He's at the belt. And the pitch. Low. Ball 2. And the pitch. It's high and away. And a little bit of precipitation now visible in the lights. As Timon draws a walk. That'll bring up the pitcher, Adam LaRock.
Pitcher, Adam LaRock.
Okay, so Timon's at first with 1 out. And the first pitch to LaRock is outside for a ball. I tell you what, if it was 20 degrees colder, I'd think that was snow. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. It's not a heavy rain, it's just more of a mist than anything, or drizzle, but it's a heavy drizzle, let's call it that. I wouldn't call it a sprinkle. Swing and a miss, strike 2. There you go. Dan just said it's a mizzle for a misty drizzle. There's the pitch. It's inside. Count goes even at 2-2. Throw it on to first. And they got him at first. Timon was lazy getting back to the bag. And all of a sudden, Winkus fires it down to first to Jawacki, and Timon got picked off. So now there's 2 outs with 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cavaliers down to their last strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. Cavaliers get no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We have a final score. It's the Osseo Merchants 8 and the Cavaliers 3. Merchants got 8 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. Cavaliers 3 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher was Logan Betcher and the losing pitcher, Paul Petit. And we'll have some talking baseball coming up in just a moment, but you've been tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on July 11th when the Cavaliers travel to Chippewa Falls to take on the Tilden Tigers from Casper Field. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:10 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 11th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
Hey!
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow and Cassie Nelson. We're talking a little bit of baseball. And we've got some baseball to talk because the Cavaliers' winning streak has come to an end. The Cavs were 19-0 coming into tonight, and leaving tonight's game, they are now 19-1, 13-1 in the CRBL North, and that will keep them up there, right there. And coming in to join us right now is Ryan Page, and all good things come to an end eventually.
Yeah, can't complain about 19 in a row, but it never feels good to lose.
No, it doesn't, but that means you just have to start another streak.
Hopefully we'll get back to that on Sunday.
And, you ran into a team that had some hot bats tonight, and even with your good pitchers, the guys that are the guys that you can count on to hold the team down, they weren't holding this team down tonight.
No, Osseo was a good hitting team, and Logan Betcher did a heck of a job on the mound today for him. And, sometimes you just run into that. Guys had bad nights on the mound. We made a few errors in the field, so it all affects us.
And, hey, you did one thing. You made him have an ERA. He was 0.00 coming into tonight, so you guys gave him an ERA. So,
yeah, he's a good pitcher for sure, and he throws the ball decently hard, but he knows how to pitch, and he showed that tonight.
Now, you threw the kitchen sink at them tonight, and part of that, we talked about that a little bit, was to make sure you had solid pitching coming up for Sunday, and that's a pretty big doubleheader.
Yeah, it is. They've only got 2 losses in league, and they're right behind us now with 1 loss difference. So, but I'm fully confident with what we did tonight and set us up for the pitching that we needed on Sunday.
Well, I can't say congratulations because unfortunately you didn't come out on the good end of this, but you know what? 19-1 is nothing to sneeze at.
No, we're still pretty happy.
All right. Well, we will talk to you again on Sunday, and we'll have more Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout. You're watching Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor. And
back here at Carson Park. Well, Dan,
So we're now 19-1.
Yeah, Osseo played a great game tonight. And,
they got a little bit of payback from last Wednesday when the Cavaliers beat them 10-1, and so they got a little redemption. And I guess that's what good teams go out and do. They get some redemption, and
yeah, they were patient with Paul Petit, and they got some good hits off him. Got some runs early, and
the Cavaliers are just going to have to turn around and do the same thing on Sunday with the Tilden Tigers.
Yeah, we're on the road.
Up in Chippewa Falls, and we will be there for that doubleheader with the In the Dugout show beginning at 12:10, both on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. And I want to remind you that we're giving away a couple of tickets to ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad to some lucky winner. We'll give 2 youth tickets. We're doing that every game through the rest of the season that we broadcast. And you can enter simply by sending an email to us at info@northernlightwebcasting.com. Yeah, it's info@northernlightwebcasting.com. That's all one word, northernlightwebcasting.com. The drawing for these tickets will be on Friday. Usually it's about 2 days after the game. So it gives everybody a chance to get their email in, and we'll let the people know by return email whether they are the winner, and if they are, what they need to do, and we'll get that all taken care of. Also, don't forget, we've got some equestrian action coming up. A WSCA sanctioned game show from Westwind Acres Arena in Rochester, Minnesota. That's going to be on Monday the 12th. The event will be recorded on Saturday the 10th, and our coverage on the 12th will begin at 7 o'clock. Also, for those of you who are vets, don't forget the Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the U.S. military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park, showing your veterans identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service to those vets. And you just got handed the box score. Anything stand out?
Nothing really tonight. Pretty quiet night for the Cavaliers, but
yeah, they only picked up, I think, 4 hits. Yeah,
4 hits on 3 runs.
3 runs on 4 hits. Whereas the Merchants put together 13 hits, and that's how they got 8 runs. And that's pretty much the way it went. Winning pitcher, I'm looking for, was Logan Betcher, and Paul Petit was the loser. Petit's record goes to 5-1. So that's going to wrap it up for us. For Dan Petchow, Cassie Nelson, even Ann Monroe, who wasn't able to make it with us tonight. I know she was watching when she could. So that's going to wrap it up from Carson Park. We'll see you all on Sunday as the Cavaliers take on the Tilden Tigers. You've been watching Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.